Standards Reference Reporting. You have or will be hearing a lot of new vocabulary as our district makes the switch to standards reference grading. Power standards, learning targets, scoring scales, no letter grades and no averaging, and mindset are terms you will hear. Some of you may be confused or have lots of questions by all of these new terms. Through this video, we want to paint a clearer picture of those terms so that you can better understand the transformation that our district is going through. You might be asking, why are we going down this road? Well, we have been doing a lot of research about learning, and standards reference grading is helping us move to what is best for learners. Education has basically stayed the same over the last 100 years. During the industrial age, 75% of workers were unskilled, and only 25% of the workers needed to be skilled because of mass production. As you are well aware, times have changed. We are now in the information age, which requires 100% of all workers to be skilled. This results in mass customization. Once we began learning about the change that needed to occur, we realized that we needed to change what we were doing in education and change our mindset. Having a growth mindset is a foundational piece to ensuring success through all the changes that occur. All staff members, students, and ideally parents need to have a growth mindset. Having a growth mindset means that you can learn from mistakes. In fact, they are encouraged. It also means that you can keep trying, you put forth effort, and you are engaged in what you are doing. With the growth mindset, you will need to accept that you need to practice something to be successful. Mindset by Carol Dweck has been studied by all staff. Students have been taught the major concepts, and all parents have had the opportunity to read the book. If you missed the opportunity and want to read it, please contact the office. We will be more than glad to give a book to you. Now for some of the educational terms that you might not be familiar with. Power standards were developed by our district by taking a look at all state and national standards and deciding which ones were the best and most important to teach. This was very important because if we were expected to teach all standards the way they were written, students would at least have grades K through 22. From the power standards, the learning targets were developed. They are what we want all students to meet. Each learning target should give students a clear picture of what is expected for them to learn. From the learning target, we move into a scoring scale. The learning target becomes a 3 in the scale. Remember, it is what we want students to meet. A level 2 contains simpler content that builds to the level 3 learning target. Often level 2 includes vocabulary. Level 1 is when students need help reaching level 2 content. Level 4 can include many things. It is when the student goes above and beyond. Most of the time, it is when the target is taken to a deeper or more complex level. The mistake that can be made is when people start equating a scale to an A, B, C, D, or F. Please do not try to do that. We are no longer averaging grades. Level 3 is what we want students to get to. Level 2 and even level 1 is not a bad thing. It simply gives us the information we need to help students be successful with a given target. Each level should be celebrated because it means that students are learning as they move to the next level. Let's take a break here so that I can share a story. My boys love it when I play Mario with them. They think it is hilarious. This is because I have no skills when it comes to playing video games. I didn't have the opportunity to play video games as a child. When one of the characters has 100 or more lives, my boys will ask me to play with them. Of course, some of you are already laughing because you may have had similar experiences. When I play and we start playing in World 7, how successful do you think I am? You are right. I either spend the whole time dying or I spend it in a bubble, and I become very frustrated. When one of them starts feeling sorry for me and takes me all the way back to World 1, I can at that point have some success. I still don't know where all the hidden stuff is, but as they teach me, I become more and more successful. Let's go back to the scoring scale. Where do you think I would be on a scoring scale when it comes to playing Mario? You guessed it. I would definitely be at 1 and probably even at 0 if we had that on our scale. As my boys teach me and I learn all the ins and outs of Mario along with practice, I am sure I will eventually move to a 2. I might actually be able to jump on one of those horse things. Obviously, I need some work on my vocabulary too. You see, I wanted to paint a clear picture for you. Some of us may instinctually feel that our children can be all 3s automatically, all the time. If that were true, we wouldn't need teachers. If students have no basic knowledge for a level 3, then it is our job to teach them. We definitely don't want them spending their life in a bubble, bouncing from one level to another. It is our jobs as teachers to pop the bubbles and teach them. The great thing too about scoring scales is that students know exactly what they need to work on. Before, when we averaged their grades and gave them to them, they would have no idea of what they needed to work on. Now, through evaluative feedback, students have a clearer understanding of the mistakes they have made, and they also know the teachers work with them to learn from those mistakes. Now let's take some time to talk about report cards, which have changed from previous years. Please note that permission was received to use this child's blank report card. On the first page, you will find student information, school information, and a review of scoring scale with other report card markings. And additional school comments will be in this section. Let's take a look at what you could find marked on your child's report card. They are all called academic descriptors. A 1, 2, 3, and 4 go with the scoring scale previously discussed. IE means insufficient evidence at the current time to record a score. NA means that the target has not yet been assessed. M means modified. Starting on the second page, you will find power standards and learning targets. Power standards are grayed out until 4th quarter. This is a power standard, and notice that term 1, 2, 3 are grayed out. At that time, on 4th quarter, teachers will be giving a score for each power standard. Below each power standard are the learning targets that the learners are responsible for meeting. Teachers will be filling those in according to their academic descriptors. One area that will be on your child's report card is behavioral attributes. Those do not show up until the teacher enters them. They should be found under each subject area. Last, at the bottom, that is where you will find comments from any of the teachers that your child has. Now we have come to the end of our video. We hope that you have a better understanding of some of the standards reference terms, what the report card will look like, and how standards reference reporting will help your child learn and grow. We want to keep an open communication with you. We will be glad to clarify anything for you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for partnering with us.